Brains! Brains! Must eat brains!
Well, you no look good, sir.
Nom 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 nom. No brains! Gonna starve!
You starved another zombie.
You suck.
Oh yeah! Happy Halloween!
Good evening, and thank you for allowing me to come into your living rooms.
Hey guys, Ultra Maximus back to conclude 31 Horror Toys in 31 Days! The ongoing tribute to the late, great Glenn Webb. Glenn, sir, we miss you, especially this time of year. And we're going to conclude this year's series with a retro review of a Wolverine from Toy Biz in the year 2000 that I turned into a custom zombie Wolverine. Now, I found this figure at my local flea market. I paid $1 for it, and it had some messed up claws, and it was missing the right shoulder pad. It's kind of that 90s Jim Lee X-Men the Animated Series style Wolverine, and I thought, well, you know what, I could do a custom of this. And when I brought it home, I just kind of looked at it, and the snarl on the face just made me think zombie. So I went ahead and zombied him out. It was actually a very fun build. So let's go ahead and take a look at my custom zombie Wolverine. Here we have my custom zombie Wolverine, and it looks pretty good, I think, personally. Toot my own horn. I think all the blood and the wounds on there look really good. The flesh was kind of a gray wash with some green dry brush on there. All the wounds I carved out with a knife, an X-Acto knife, and then I painted in red and then put a black wash in them. I also did a heavy black wash on the figure itself and added some little bits. I added the skull. I don't know if you're going to be able to tell or not here, but the skull is actually silver paint, and I gouged out his eye. And then the wound here on the shoulder, that was kind of cool to incorporate in, along with all these other wounds on the body. We got some on the chest here, looking neat. The back of his body's got a few wounds there, and the arms are ripped up, and this nice gouge on the leg. That looks really, really cool. Just nice drippy wounds. The one here on the thigh, the metal fingers sticking out of the glove. We've got dirt on the boots, looking all kinds of cool. Now, articulation was not affected, so his joints move around. It's not as articulated as, say, a Marvel Legends figure, but yeah, nothing got hampered with the articulation. Everything works. All the joints are there, so that's pretty cool. Definitely digging that. And it stands pretty well, and all the joints still hold up all these years later, and after all the damage I did to him. So, yeah, pretty cool. It was a fun custom to make for sure, and not bad for a $1 figure. So taking a closer look at the figure itself, this thing's all gnarly and nasty. Again, there's a lot of black wash on this figure. Each one of the wounds, like I said, I took an X-Acto knife and kind of chopped up the flesh and painted it red, added some black wash in there. The skin was a gray wash with some green dry brushing, and then I added a little bit of black wash into the mouth. The zombie skull, I kind of cleared away some of the bits and added a hole for the eye, painted it silver for that metallic skull. And the shoulder, missing the shoulder pad, I kind of chopped it up using advantage of not having that there to kind of show a wound, which came out really, really cool. And just overall, I think it looks pretty good. I chopped up the little wings on his mask a bit as well, and just added some gnarly flesh wounds all over the place to make him good and zombified. So looking at the midsection of the figure, again, we've got more wounds that were kind of carved in, and I pulled up like the flesh with the knife and kind of pushed the plastic back to give it those open wounds. Lots of black wash, and then I went over the silver again on his claws, and then the fingers were kind of tore up already, so I added little silver painted bone fingers with blood on the tips to kind of give it a cool little look. And then the leg wound on the back and the front of his thighs, just heavily chopping in there and just making it look nice and gory with some red paint and black wash. Just definitely cool. And then took advantage of the fact he had the broken claws, because that's the way I found the figure. And finally, taking a look at the legs of the figure. Again, we got the wounds on the legs. Now, on the feet, I added some brown paint. I dry brushed it on there around the heels and such. And then added some black wash to it. And I actually got inspired on that by the WWE zombie figures. A lot of them had mud on their boots, and I don't know, something I liked about it, almost like they're walking through the graveyard or something. But yeah, definitely came out cool. Again, the kind of tore up claws, and then the tore up fingers on the hand, I repainted those silver, so it kind of looked like his adamantium skeleton coming through, and added the red blood. And again, a heavy dose of black wash really, really made this figure pop and stand out. For comparison, here we have my custom zombie Wolverine, along with the Weapon X Marvel Legends figure and the Age of Apocalypse Marvel Legends figure, and I think it fits really well within the line. The height is actually, in scale, so that's pretty cool. And it is so detailed in comparison to the other figures. They've got some great detail, but I just think this just looks really good. And again, I'm tooting my own horn here, but I had a lot of fun coming up with the ideas on how to make the wounds and how to bring this to kind of a zombie look. It was definitely fun, and it makes me want to create some other custom zombie figures. So is a custom zombie Wolverine something you want in your X-Men collection? Of course you do. It's zombie Wolverine. However, this is a one-of-a-kind item and is in my collection. And if you want one, you'll have to make your own. It was a lot of fun doing this figure for sure. It was cool to take a figure I found at the flea market for $1 and bring it back to life into a collection to be enjoyed once again. And it's kind of fitting it came back from the dead. So if you see a figure out there that's, damaged a little bit, but it's dirt cheap and it's a cool figure, these are the kind of things you can do with the customs to bring this back into your personal collection for your enjoyment. So keep an eye out there when you're out at the flea markets. So there he is, my custom zombie Wolverine, concluding this year's 31 horror toys in 31 days. Thank you all who have joined me in this celebration of Halloween. And again, thank you for helping me celebrate the memory of the late, great Glenn Webb. And in his immortal words, hope to see you all next time. Bye.
See you next Wednesday.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. To watch more Ultra Maximus, click on the links to the right. Be sure to click all the things, subscribe, like, and hit that notification bell for new videos, and follow me on all the social medias, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. Links in the description below.